Hello everyone, my name is Alora Strawn, and today I will be teaching you a simple start to simplified Mandarin. When you look at this, you probably see a random symbol that has no meaning to you. This is actually the Mandarin character for ban, which means to move. Mandarin is made up of tens of thousands of characters, all using the same 8 basic brushstrokes. It's important to note that when referring to written Mandarin, there are 2 different versions, traditional and simplified. Today, I will be teaching you about simplified, as it is what I learned in school. I have been learning simplified Mandarin Chinese since I was 5 years old, and I'm currently in my 11th year of studying reading, writing, and speaking. I even went on a 2-week exchange trip to Beijing, China when I was in 7th grade. Throughout my experiences, I've come to realize just how important knowing Mandarin can be to anybody, no matter what path of life they're on. According to Statista.com, Mandarin is the world's #1 most spoken language with over 898 million speakers worldwide. Which is why today I'll be teaching you what a character is, what makes up a character, and how to put a character together. Now, you may be asking yourself, what do I mean when I say character? Well, characters are the Mandarin equivalent to English words. They are what make up the spoken and written language. Interestingly enough, most modern-day characters evolved from literal depictions of their definitions. As you can see on the side of the screen, the modern day word for horse evolved from a drawing of a horse. Same thing with fish. All of these modern day characters are composed of strokes. Characters are the Mandarin equivalent to English words, so strokes could be considered the Mandarin equivalent to English letters. While there are no direct translations between strokes and letters, such as there's no direct translation for A, they are both the building blocks of their respective languages. Writing Mandarin may seem difficult, but that's partially because you don't have the right tools. You wouldn't start off with SAT words before you knew the alphabet, so let's learn the alphabet together. Starting off, these are arguably 2 of the most important strokes, heng and shu. Heng means horizontal, and it's a horizontal line drawn from left to right. Shu means vertical, and it's a vertical line drawn from top to bottom. These are the simplest and the ones you'll see the most often. Next up, we have dian, which means dot. It's a fitting name since all it is a flick of your pencil on the paper. It may seem small, but missing it in a character could completely change its definition. Following, we have T, which is an upward slanted stroke. T is a variation of the horizontal line, but you will see it so often on its own that it's important you recognize it. Next up, we have Pie and Na. You will often see these 2 together. Pie, which means left falling, is a line that curves to the right. Na is a line that curves to the left. Na is a line that curves to the right. Both of these can either be completely horizontal or completely vertical, depending on what the character requires. It's important to know that na is a variation of dian, or the dot, but just like T, the upward slanted stroke, you will see this so often on its own that it's important you recognize it. And finally, we have go and zhe. Go is a little flick of your pencil upwards and you will only ever see it at the bottom of a vertical line. Zhe means to bend or to snap. This refers to any time a character has a corner or any time a character's lines turn. This is one example, and this is another. Now that we have the building blocks, let's actually get to building. We'll do this by using the stroke order. The stroke order is the order in which you will write the strokes of any character. All characters will either go from left to right, top to bottom, or outside to inside. If you'll notice, even when we're going from left to right, we're still going from top to bottom, or even when we're going from outside to inside, we're still going from left to right. All of these rules tie into each other. For more difficult characters, I find it helpful to split them into smaller sections, the left and the right section, the top and the bottom section, just so you can focus on smaller parts at once. This makes it easier to figure out the stroke order. Another great resource to help you write characters in the correct order is the internet. In conclusion, today we've discussed what a character is, what makes up a character, and how to put a character together. Let's look back at the character I showed you at the beginning of this speech. We know it's ban, which means to move. Now you should be able to identify certain strokes within the character and have a understanding of how you would set about writing it in the correct stroke order. Anyone can learn Mandarin, and there are lots of helpful resources for beginners. All you have to do is take the first step. Thank you, everybody.